A great athlete, but I do feel like he's a one-trick pony. I believe that his wrestling and jiu-jitsu is incredibly overrated. He has a beautiful 1-2. I got to learn a lot about his patterns in his last fight. That's really about it. That's the one thing that he's setting up real nice. He couldn't touch Ciryl Gane at all. That's the way I felt. I felt like Gane was just getting warmed up. Gane's hands was down. He's shaking his shoulders, bouncing around.
He was touching him. He was touching him.
That jab, he was money.
He busted him open.
He was so comfortable.
I think Tom was looking for a way out, and he took it.
Jon Jones has once again taken aim at Tom Aspinall, this time going all in on the disrespect. In a new interview, Jones slammed the interim heavyweight champ, calling him overrated, a one-trick pony, and claiming his only weapon is a basic 1-2 combo. According to Jones, Tom Aspinall isn't the next big thing, just another overhyped name the UFC is pushing too hard.
Do you think Tom, as far as the crop and yeah, again, he's not even that active, but as far as active fighters, Tom's the best heavyweight we have to offer. That being said, I love Tom. I'm a big believer in Tom, but there are some holes in his game if you watch enough fighting. Even though he's starching everybody, he's not starching elite level guys. He's beating and demolishing guys that are offered to him, but the heavyweight division has never been weaker. So you're basically the king of the mediocre heavyweight division. But again, not his fault. But with saying that, it goes to show that Tom does have some issues in his game that at a certain level will get exposed. So if you bring up Tom's record, my issue for Tom is, so Tom's one of the most athletic. Don might be the only more athletic heavyweight in the division, but Tom's fucking right up there. So Tom's big, he's fast, he's athletic. He has jiu-jitsu as far as we know.
Weighing 215, he would fight Tom Aspinall better than him weighing 245 pounds. In his 205 frame, he could fight Tom Aspinall better than he'd fight him at that 250 because that's not his weight class. While he didn't last long with Ciryl, he didn't look as fast. He carried more weight. Ciryl just did some weird stuff. And John, you don't make mistakes.
Jones didn't stop there. He doubled down, calling Tom Aspinall just another overhyped UFC project. He claimed Aspinall's boxing is basic and predictable, and even argued that Ciryl Gane was outclassing him before the eye poke ended the fight. According to Jones, there was nothing impressive about Aspinall's performance, just another case of hype over substance.
It's a big heavyweight star.
Tom Aspinall, the guy who
Of
just
course,
won
just
the
won.
interim title. He's phenomenal. And he is, again, the next the next advancement of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. I mean, he knocked out Sergey, who's the scariest fucking striker in all of MMA.
Yeah.
And he knocked him out in the first round. And the way he did it was just picture perfect. And he did it with a fucked up back. You watch Aspinall, like, I knew Aspinall was going to have a speed advantage because he's faster than any heavyweight.
Yeah.
And that's something that his coach drilled into him when he was young.
Speed.
Like, be fast. Like, you got to be fast. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else.
Speed kills.
Speed. And he's a giant dude, 260 plus pounds, but he moves like a fast young guy.
Yeah.
Like a light guy. And so and he's also just so well-rounded. And he's just beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really the first big test of his career.
The main event was a nightmare. I think that after the Jones fight, a lot of people wrote Ciryl Gane off. He looked damn good tonight. They're both in shape, other than whatever's wrong with his eye. Both guys are not injured, or so as soon as possible. I can't make people fight, right? If I want to put together a fight, I can't make people fight, and you definitely can't make somebody continue if they feel they've been injured. Only Tom knows what happened. Could he see? Couldn't he see? Could he continue? Only he knows that. Fight just got over however long ago. What makes sense is to do the rematch. Makes sense. Sitting here tonight, so yeah, that makes sense. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. Anything can happen between now and, when I get him. We're not talking this Tuesday. I go from here to Saudi. I go to Qatar, then Saudi. I'm still here for another 8 or 9 days. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not saying anybody's going to be a number one contender outside of Ciryl Gane. I don't know. But right here, right now, being honest, which I never do this ever, is talk about, what next fight's going to happen. the rematch is what makes sense.
I'm here with Tom Aspinall. Tom, I know you want to go and get medical attention, but talk us through your thought process and what you're feeling right now.
Guys, I just got fucking poked knuckle deep in the eyeball. Why are you booing? What am I supposed to do about it? I didn't do the fucking poke. I can't see.
Tom, they should not be booing. I agree with you. You waited a long time for this moment. Talk to the disappointment of this being how it ends.
This is bullshit. The fight was just getting going. Complete bullshit. Pissed off.
Tom, what can you see now? Is it double? Like, what are you seeing when you try to open your eye?
I can hardly open my eye. Look.
Look at this here. Look at this.
Fucking double poke, both eyeballs.
What the fuck is this here? Both.
Yeah, it was double. It was double.
What the fuck is this?
Hey, Tom, listen, you are still the heavyweight champion. I know you want to be active. I know you want to fight. We hope to see you back in the Octagon soon. Ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweight champion.
Jon Jones just took his trash talk to another level, claiming that fighting Tom Aspinall would be one of the easiest wins of his career. That's what really set the MMA world off. Fans are split. Some say Jones is just trying to stay relevant while sitting out injured, maybe even scared of Aspinall's rise. Others think he's right, arguing that Tom's main weapon is speed, and against a calm, calculated fighter like Jones, that might not be enough.
A grain of salt, even though he grew up in diapers in his jiu-jitsu gym, his dad was a jiu-jitsu owner. This isn't a knock on England, but it's going to be different. It's just different over there. Wrestling credentials, it's just different over there. They're not the same level as other parts of the world. So Tom's thing, right, is he's basically a knockout artist. Now, Tom's not a knockout artist because he's throwing these insane combinations and he's slipping and he looks like fucking, Anthony Joshua Canelo. He's doing it because he has faster hands. It does because you get labeled a knockout artist via Derek Lewis. When you get labeled a knockout artist in the UFC, it doesn't mean you have world-class striking. It means you have good striking for a mixed martial artist that has a variety of things you have to be good at, but you do excel in this, but it doesn't mean you have world-class striking. So Tom's thing is he has really fast hands for big heavyweight. And if you look at the guys he's beat, I would love to hear the argument that he's beat high-level world-class strikers. Which one of the guys that he beat would you label, if you're listening to this on your way to work or if you're watching this, if you have a knowledge on mixed martial arts and just striking in general, whether it's kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai, which one of his
online, Tom quit. It got dicey out there for him and he quit. That's what the people are saying. Complete hogwash, complete nonsense. If you just watch it, you will see that those were two nasty, deep eye pokes. You could say that he lost that first round. I think he lost that first round. I think we all agree that he lost that first round.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could. I mean, that is fair game. But to suggest that he quit, that he wanted a way out, that he looked for a way out because the going got tough is just something that I'm not going to subscribe to. You know, Jon Jones is going to weigh in. This is the guy. For the record, Jon Jones was offered for the millionth time $30 million to fight this man and he didn't. You can't claim after the fact, this is the guy, but you know he's going to spike the football. And there's a cruel irony involved in the fact that Tom doesn't fight Jon Jones but still gets eye poked. But this is tough for him. This is the first time in his career where he's not going to be beloved by people because people are going to accuse him of being a quitter because they're going to say that the going got tough and he asked for a way out. I think that's absolute hogwash. He got poked in both eyes.
Wouldn't it be interesting if Tom came out and said, no, I'm not going to rematch him. He's a cheater. Why would I rematch a guy that already cheated, that violated not one of my eyes, but both? I gave him his chance. He chose to cheat, and I'm going to move on. If Tom took that stance, which he's not going to do, I'm saying, but for fun, I think he'd have a lot of people that supported him. For some reason, Ciryl has come out of this thing with his hands clean. He's the one that did the poking.
This notion of intentional versus unintentional is the stupidest shit in sports. Period. You don't hear it anywhere else. Yesterday, I'm watching the New York Knicks against the Miami Heat. Knicks are down like 8 or so. They have the ball. Josh Hart gets called for an offensive foul. Illegal screen. Do the referees converge and say, like, did he mean to do that or did he not mean to do that? No. A foul is a foul. Ball goes the other way. Let me ask you a question. Super Bowl, a couple years ago, all-time great game. Eagles, Chiefs, pass interference, end of the game. Do the refs converge and say, did he mean to do it? Did he mean to bump him or not? No, foul is a foul. Foul is a foul, which means a foul is a DQ. That should have been a DQ victory for Tom Aspinall. That should have been a DQ loss for Ciryl Gane. And let me be very, very clear right here and now. I don't think Ciryl did that on purpose. Why would he have done that on purpose? Why would he have tried to foul his opponent? But it doesn't matter. An illegal maneuver is an illegal maneuver. An illegal foul is...
Hard to ignore how intentional Jones's timing seems here. After weeks of mocking Tom over the eye poke incident, changing his profile picture to a pirate wearing an eye patch, and openly refusing to fight him, Jones appears to be on a full-scale mission to humiliate Aspinall whenever he gets the chance.
Background in kickboxing, took some kickboxing fight. Probably the best striker Tom's faced. How'd it go from the sample size that we have? How did it go? Not good. Not good at all. Now, he didn't get dog walked. He didn't get fucking completely outshined, but he was getting pieced up. He was getting pieced up. And the longer that went, that's where the questions come into place going, oh man, how would this have gone in the second and third? If he's getting pieced up in the first, nose bloody, getting jabbed, not really landing. And this is my only criticism, Tom. He leads head first, which is boxing 101, not good, especially when you're a big heavyweight. If you saw the Rakic fight, he went head first, and with the momentum of a bigger guy, gets knocked out from a jab. That's going to happen at heavyweight. So my only criticism when it comes to the small sample size that we have is he finally fought a good striker, and it was not going his way.
Ciryl Gane's really, really good, and I've prepared for him accordingly.
And that was refreshing to hear you say that, because people are trying to spin a completely different narrative. Do you expect him to be a little bit more engaging, being that it's going to be probably his last opportunity at a heavyweight title fight?
I think I've got him at his best. He's been through those big fights. He's got them losses. No doubt he's learned from them losses. He's got the experience. He knows what it's like to fight under pressure. And this is his last chance, man. He's not going to get a fourth go. Like, this is his third go. If he's more engaging from a technical standpoint, that evens the odds up a lot more on my part. So I wouldn't, if I was him, I wouldn't force the engagement.
Because you said if you hit somebody square in the face, they're going to fall.
Yeah.
You believe in your power like that?
Yes.
Hey, Tom, also, hey, man, thanks for giving me props about the fight. Even though you're kind of polishing me up
fight?
a little
What's
bit.
that?
When you go, DC would have been a problem if we fought.
I told you that years ago.
Yeah, I know you did, but still, to say,
no, honestly,
you're just kind of polishing me up. And I'm
not,
like,
not,
every now and again, somebody got to give the big boy some love, you know? Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Yeah,
it's the truth. I think you might have beat me up bad.
No, I would have. Hey, let me tell you something. I'd have been shooting from halfway across the octagon the moment they had said fight.
And fans are starting to ask why. Some believe it's pure insecurity, that Jones sees how popular and respected Aspinall has become among the new generation of fans, and it might be getting under his skin. For the first time in years, there's a heavyweight that people genuinely think could beat Jon Jones. Others think Jones is just playing the long game, setting up a future showdown, building tension and doing what he's always been best at, mind games.